Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to this third in a row special coffee with yours truly, Adrian Hanna Dragon. Independent artist, independent activist, independent athlete, AAA plus other dimensions, geopolitical analyst and theorist. On this a little bit of snow mixed with ice, cold day in February. It felt like minus 16, went earlier and shoveled the snow and grateful, thankful for the day. Grateful, thankful that my rent's paid. Grateful, thankful that my electricity bill is also paid. And got some special. Simple bread. Thank you, farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks. All involved in the production and the distribution of food across the collective North American civilization. Grateful for that. That is basically leftover bacon, fat, and bread here. So it's gonna fuel me to go again on a march, check my emails, respond, write emails as I am engaged, of course, in the continuing offering of my services for pleasure and purpose and pleasure, vice versa. As I am triple vaccinated, open for business. Yours truly, independent artist, activist, athlete, geopolitical analyst, and theorist, philosopher, independent psychological analyst and theorist, independent sexual analyst and theorist, together sometimes psychosexual analyst and theorist. Grateful, thankful for today, February 17, 2023. I am grateful, thankful that my rent's fully paid, electricity bill is fully paid, and encourage all to work out, train, exercise. Yours truly, independent fitness captain Dragon. Motto Dragon Army, we channel, sublimate the aggression with push-ups and hugs. We channel at the Dragon Army with the aggression with push-ups and hugs. At the Dragon Army, we channel the aggression with push-ups and hugs. And I've been through hell and back, been depressed and suicidal, and paradoxically during COVID with working out, training and exercising, healed, and presented my thesis at the beginning January 2023 of this year, entitled The Privilege of Civilization, of which we all have interconnected, and we use different privileges at different points in time depending on the activity, such as now I got this privilege of electricity, brewing my coffee with clean, zero pollution, zero emission energy. Thank you, workers of the Hydro Quebec, who since 1944, with brains and muscle, built 63 dams across this La Belle Province, Quebec, for us to use this, utilize this electricity, and do this video. Check my emails, respond, send emails for business and pleasure and business, vice versa. As yours truly invites all willing, loving for cooperation, participation, collaboration, and partnership. First and foremost, with my dream manifesting as the dancing goddess in the Dragon Kingdom, which of course fundamentally is a public-private partnership that I'm advocating, calling for. Grateful for today. Thank you, farmers, because everybody got to eat, even Wall Street. 2:47 p.m. here in Montreal, Hawk Island. Please, if you do make a million on the stock market today, buying, selling, trading stocks, futures, options, puts, buy, sell, trade, futures, options today on the stock market. Please give 10%. 10% of a million equivalates to 25,000. If you divide it by 4, give 25,000 for food security because everybody gotta eat. Even Wall Street, 25,000 for LGBTQ youth services, 25,000 for women's sports leagues, and 25,000 for environmental issues. That is my plea. Call it a heart as this activist, athlete, and artist, AAA plus other dimensions, geopolitical analyst, and theorist who admits that. I admit that some things I am mediocre. I admit that some things I am so. I admit I am some so average, mediocre at some things. While I admit that I am great, super and excellent at some other things. Rock and roll songwriter as well. And paradox as being a underground rapper, rapping for the farmers, butchers, bakers, truckers. Let's do a meditation now. Doing a meditation on how many trucks and truckers are going east, west, north, south from La Belle Province, Quebec, of which I am a Quebecer, of course, write French poetry, French songs, French philosophy, of course. I love French. I'm a Quebecer myself, Quebecer, Canadian, North American, twice, many past lives, many incarnations, of which twice were born in the USA, served in the US Army. As a matter of fact, 156 years ago, 718 miles south of Montreal, Hawk Island, and right here in this today gonna do a meditation on the truckers. How many trucks going east, west, north, south from Montreal, my metropolis. I live in a metropolis and has been my home. Was born right on this island in a past life and is my home now in Montreal, aka Hawk Island, HAWK. We have hawks, flying birds, the bird of prey in Montreal, Hawk Island. We do have it. So I'm grateful, thankful for the day, and I'm doing a meditation now, sending some big hugs because Maybe we need some LOV for firefighters, truckers. But let's do a meditation specifically to the truckers now going east, west, north, south, carrying all those tons, hundreds of tons of potato, bacon, cheese, for hamburgers, for lettuce, all the products, eggs, milk, butter, butter, bread. And of course, everything that we utilize, chocolates, and of course, sweets, chips, whatever it is, all the produce which we find in the supermarkets, east, west, north, south, throughout the collective North American civilization from Mexico, Canada, US, and of course, I include in the North American civilizational complex, I include Cuba, I include Haiti, the Dominican Republic, and the islands in North America, as some many others do. The majority believe in also include Cuba, Haiti, and the Dominican Republic and the islands in North America when they consider North America as a continent, Central America, South America, as I'm a Pan American world peace advocate. But of course, I am a North American, Canadian, Quebecer, and my policies first and foremost come for the North American civilizational collective. Maybe there are 100 trucks, 1,000 trucks, maybe there's 10,000s of trucks. The possibility 10,000s are going Mexico, Canada, US, utilizing the highways. And every time the citizens go on the highways, or by car, by bus, public transit, whatever the case may be, whatever the car is, whether electric or gas or whatever the car is, that is a privilege of civilization. We're utilizing something that most of us have not participated in the building, the highways connecting Mexico, Canada, US. I have the privilege of civilization. If I do own a car, I might steel toe boots and the winter boots that my anonymous sister friend, whom I asked twice already to marry me, if the third time gonna be yes. And if I make a million, gonna give her half. If I make a billion, gonna give her half. If I make a trillion, gonna give her half. Because and it deserves to be employed throughout the North American collective to the dancing goddess in the Dragon Kingdom. Nominate her anonymous as the chief prime minister, chief captain of education, and co-vice regent, the dancing goddess in the Dragon Kingdom. So meditating on the truckers now. Thank you, truckers, who transport all the food. The farmers who grow all the food that we eat, because everybody gotta eat, and food is holy, sacred, and divine. As I advocate for food security, we gotta be grateful, thankful for the farmers, and of course, the truckers who transport all the food by the tons, maybe not tens of thousands, going from Canada, US, Mexico, and beyond, going to Mexico, coming from Mexico, going to the United States, coming from the United States, with goods from Quebec, with products, and of course, everything that I, even myself, of course, the body. Yesterday, I meditated. I got a $1 wafers. I meditated. I said this wafers, of course, doing this and that. And if I buy a piece of bacon, of course, I check where it is, all the products. It's from Quebec. It also got transported because maybe it's 4 hours away. It's from La Belle Province. Quebec is a big province, but also it has to be transported. Thank you, butchers, for the bacon. Speaking of bacon, I still have for the weekend. Grateful, thankful for it. I bought it on special. It was half price. Thank you, farmers, truckers, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks, workers of Hydro-Quebec, all involved in the production and the distribution of food, public security workers, firefighters, railway conductors, bus drivers, as I'm calling all to support the Global Dragon Union, as I am a pro-labor and love, universal revolutionary centrist, meaning that I firmly believe in the implementation of my trinity of theories, the CIT citizen integration theory, the DRT debt fusion theory, and the DFT the democratic fusion theory, to be implemented via LOV, and that love is also action, not just blah blah. That trinity of theories, of which yours truly is proud to have created, concocted, and of course, which I've written down and I've presented in oral communication in the past days, weeks, and months. The CIT citizen integration theory, the DRT debt fusion theory, and the DFT the democratic fusion theory, that trinity of theories be implemented via love. And love is also action, not just blah blah. Because of course I can blah 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 10,000 sophisticated language with complex dimensions of civilizational aspects of implementation and blah blah blah. And of course it's required action to do, as action has been required in my own healing, as I encourage all the workout, train, exercise. As yesterday went on my fourth march in a row, I go on wellness marches to do meditations on everything that includes our civilization, from education to security to food production to everything which we have and utilizes as human beings, as citizens who are diverse and have different experiences and different XYZ factors of our interaction with the macro, from the micro perspective, myself as a citizen of Quebec, La Belle Province, Canada, of the collective North American civilization, and also of the world. But my policies are, since we do have two oceans, that way is the Atlantic to the east, in the back of me is the Pacific to the west, and of course, right here in Montreal, Hawk Island, on this island where I share my philosophies and where I'm open for business, first and foremost, for the North American civilizational complex. That is another geopolitical theory and philosophy, which, of course, I firmly believe in my geopolitical theory and philosophy that North America, we constitute a North American civilizational complex. Of course, encourage all workout, train, exercise. Working out, training, and exercising has been, is, and will continue to be my medicine and therapy of choice, as I believe working out, training, and exercising has been and can be potentially for many medicine and therapy. Have been, and will continue to advocate for the mass financing thereof across the North American civilizational complex. So I'm calling on my astrological brother Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, and all governments and institutions and organizations to support this rainbow dragon's dream, manifesting as the dancing goddess in the dragon kingdom, which is fundamentally a public-private partnership, and create the two complementary covenant and cooperative institutions of the International Citizen Integrated Social Security and Service Force, aka the Dragon Army, the North American Dragon Army, to be strictly for defensive purposes, service and security, and integrated based on my philosophies and theories with all existing institutions and organizations across the North American civilizational complex. In a complementary cooperative covenant way with the International Integrated Dance League, aka the North American Integrated Dance League, aka the Dancing Goddess Army, to be for pleasure and purpose, pleasure to dance, organize pleasurable activities, and pleasure and purpose for environmental education and action to educate citizens on better recycling methods, better composting. I do both here every week, compost and recycling. And of course, it's a continuing education to where we can recycle what products such as batteries, such as lighters, such as, of course, paint or whatever we have that is terms of chemicals and the proper way of disposing of certain elements, certain things which we use on a daily, weekly, monthly, annual basis, whatever the case may be, in our private domain, as I'm in my private underground room, office, and temple. Literally cannot have open doors Monday to Friday. I wish I would something bigger, but if anybody helps to get that house which has been left decrepit, desolate, and decaying for more than 7 years in Westmount, gonna paint a rainbow, the two pillars black, one white, and gonna put some green and scarlet, red, and rainbow, and we're gonna have open houses there for offer hugs to my willing, loving allies and armies. Pledge your allegiance. Kisses first, because kisses got credited 718 trillions of kisses. So kisses got by the trillions to offer. Kisses, hugs, tickles, and some brain and some muscle with that to tango, as brains and muscle is required for us to build, maintain, and upgrade civilization. As it's 2:58 p.m. here in the Montreal Hawk Island, I encourage all with consent. Give yourselves a hug like you never hugged before with consent. Give yourselves a hug like you never hugged before with consent. Give yourselves a hug like you never hugged before. And that is the main message to my allies and armies and all, to give yourselves a hug like you never hugged before and make love with consent. Because otherwise, what are we fighting to save civilization for? The stock market. Buy, sell, trade stocks. Please give 10% of a million which you make. 10% of a million is 100,000. Please call it a heart from this independent artist, activist, athlete, AAA plus other dimensions, world peace advocate, geopolitical analyst, and theorist, and the world's greatest living dancing millennial rainbow poet, fundamentally, who's now grateful that got the laundry machine, and I do one now, one after the march, and the brains and muscle build the washing and the dryer, right, which I have, and thanks to my anonymous sister friend for the financing thereof. If I make a million, I'm gonna give her half. I'm open for business, auctioning 93 items, 93% of all items which own, as I'm continuing this 40-day journey, day number 10 today on this ongoing 40-day journey. I'm just gonna go listen to the news a little bit because it's almost 3 p.m. So we're just gonna put the news and skip forward 3 minutes or so. If you don't listen to the news, I'm gonna put the news on. We'll be back.
All-Star Weekend, it kicks off tonight with the Rising Stars Challenge. Montreal's very own Benedict Mathurin, he'll be participating tonight. Saturday night, you have the skills competition, the three-point competition, and of course the dunk-off. Hopefully it's not as bad as it was last year. And Sunday night is the All-Star Game. Now I'd like to make you guys pick a team, so who won last time? Aaron, you won last time, so Natasha, team East or West?
East.
There you go, Aaron. You got to
take the Kansas City Chiefs.
I got you.
Right.
No problem.
Yeah, thank you, Brian. Coming up just after 3 o'clock, the Canadian Minister of Transport, Omar Alghabra, with a big announcement today by the federal government on high-frequency rail transport. That's next.
Montreal Now with Aaron Rand and Natasha Hall. Brought to you by Dormez-vous. Mix and match is back. Buy any of their best-selling pillows and get the second free. Sleep well, stay well. Dormez-vous.
At Remax, we always find the home that suits you best. Like the Hendersons, who sound a bit like this. The home with the beautiful workshop, we found it. Remax, we take care of you.
You're listening to the Voice of Montreal. News, talk radio, CJAD 800, an iHeart radio station.
Good afternoon. It's 3:01. I'm Jason Mayoff with the CTV News update. Snow ending this afternoon. It's -8 downtown, but it feels like -15. Weather details in minutes. Here's what's making news right now. Justin Trudeau met the threshold for invoking the Emergencies Act, a psychiatric evaluation for a Laval bus driver, and the transport minister on plans for a high-frequency rail line between Quebec City and Toronto. For the latest from the CJAD 800 Traffic Center, here's Marty DeMar.
Looking at a crash on the inbound 20, Jason, right around the Angrignon area. We do have one lane closed to Transport Quebec is on site in that area. Things are backing up to the Ville Saint-Pierre interchange. Outbound, we're looking at Angrignon all the way out to First Avenue. If you're heading up to Laval, avoid the 13 northbound. Have it go pretty much from the airport tunnel all the way up to Henry Bourassa. Southbound from Hitmore down to Highway 20. The carrier northbound to slow crawl from the NDG tunnel all the way up. A one-time top-up of $500 of the Canada Housing Benefits available to help lower-income renters. Apply now at canada.ca/rental benefit. Traffic in transit every 15 minutes on CJAD 800. Your next report's coming up at 3:15.
Public Order Emergency Commission says the Liberal government met the very high threshold for invoking the Emergencies Act during the weeks-long truckers' protests last winter.
Justice Paul Rouleau concluded it was a series of policing failures and a failure of federalism that led to a protest spiraling out of control. Rouleau says he arrived at his finding reluctantly, calling the Emergencies Act a tool of last resort, saying the situation was regrettable because it could have been avoided. The 2,000-page report detailed analysis from over 7 weeks of hearings that included hundreds of hours of testimony. The report makes 56 recommendations, the majority of which are directed at improving police operations, but also the use of the act itself. Stephanie Taylor, The Canadian Press, Ottawa.
Well, a bus driver who allegedly drove into a daycare last week, killing 2 children, is due back in court next Friday. His lawyer, Julien L'Espérance-Hudon, says in the meantime, he'll be undergoing a psychiatric evaluation at the Pinel Institute.
So basically what happened, that I asked to be not in on his aptitude to receive his trial, basically. He's going to come back next week. He's going to be in prison as well.
51-year-old Pierre Saint-Amand faces first-degree murder and other charges. The federal government is looking for applications from companies that want to build a high-frequency rail line between Quebec City and Toronto. It would cut the time between Montreal and Toronto by nearly an hour to just over 4 hours. Transport Minister Omar Alghabra says they're also open to high-speed rail where it makes sense.
Sometimes the high speed between shorter communities may not make sense because by the time the train reaches the speed, it needs to slow down again. So those type of technical considerations need to be taken into account. But in principle, I am saying we are very much open to the idea of where high speed is feasible to adopt it.
Omar Alghabra speaks to CJAD 800's Aaron and Natasha about this after the news. People in Ohio are being assured that their municipal water supply is safe after a toxic train derailment nearly 2 weeks ago.
7.5 miles of the Ohio River were found to be contaminated following the February 3rd East Palestine derailment, leading to the death of thousands of fish. The Environmental Protection Agency's been monitoring 5 municipal water supply wells in the area. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine Friday.
The experts tell me that these monitors are coming back clean. Clean for contaminants of concern associated with the train derailment.
But those who get water from a private well encouraged to use bottled water until the source is considered safe. Dave Packer, ABC News.
Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at CJAD800. Dormegu Weather Center forecast snow ending this afternoon, then cloudy, the high -6, clearing this evening, the low -15, the wind chill -22, and sunny tomorrow morning and early in the afternoon, then a mix of sun and cloud with a chance of flurries late in the afternoon, the high -1, the wind chill -23 in the morning. It's -8 downtown, but it feels like -15. For all the news during the day, stream us on your smart speaker. Just say play CJAD 800. Your next CTV News update is at 3:30.
Icona Fitness. For all Sunday athletes or any other day. Icona Fitness. Affordable gyms, no hidden fees. Join at iconafitness.ca.
Well, I love the rain again.
Well, that was some news from Canada, Montreal, Hog Island. What I'm having now is really simple. It is basically bread and leftover bacon. Basically, what it is, it's bread and leftover bacon. And we're gonna start rock and rolling. Just gonna continue a little bit with the introduction. I'm gonna continue again saying thank you to the farmers, because everybody got 80 from Wall Street. Thank you, truckers, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks, warehouse workers, those loading and unloading the trucks now at this moment in time. Imagine all of the truckers going east, west, north, or south across the North American civilizational complex, delivering possibly the goods, some of the goods which I will of course acquire in the coming days, weeks, and months, from the production, from the transportation. Thank you. For example, if I go today, I'm on a tight budget, but if I do get some, let's say some wafers, probably transported by the truck, so a trucker offer big dragon hugs, some big rainbow hugs, because that's what I got to offer. Like to offer more than blah blah blah, just thanks, and also offer. So if you're ever in Hawk Island, Montreal, farmers get priority because everybody got 80 on Wall Street. Please give 10% of a million if you buy, sell, trade stocks on the stock market today. Buy, sell, future options, trade puts, all that monkey business. Buy, sell, trade futures, options, but please give 10%. 10% of a million is equivalent to 100,000. You can divide it by 4. If 25,000 for food security, 25,000 for women's sports leagues, 25,000 for LGBTQ youth services, and 25,000 for environmental issues. Plant a tree for every tree, and for the youth. So call it a heart from yours truly, independent artist, athlete, activist, and geopolitical analyst and theorist, philosopher, universal spiritual teaching student. Because although I'm a universal spiritual teacher, I'm also a student because I'm learning every day so many questions of which I do not have the spiritual answers. My philosophy is embodied in the sentence, the body is a temple for pleasure and purpose. And how do we invest in the body? By working out, training, and exercising. I lost more than 77 pounds. My fitness journey continues. 4 marches in a row of more than 3 hours this week. Probably going to clock it in more 4 hours tonight, before the Sabbath of the Dancing Goddess in the Dragon Kingdom, which commences at midnight. And this third time in a row, day 10 of my 40-day journey, we're going to learn some more science, innovation, and technology, connecting with my parallel self, where I am a super scientist, and in this life a philosopher, thinker, poet, artist, activist, athlete, and universal spiritual teaching student. Just do not know it all, have many questions. I do say the word goddess, Goddess. They say God, I got a goddess, it to balances. God, where the goddess at? 1/7 comedian, like to bring some humor, some joy, and write some rock and roll for the farmers. Thank you for the bread and for the bacon. Thank you, farmers, for the bread and for the bacon, and the truckers for the transport, getting way to the warehouse, yeah. With the steel toe boots, loading and unloading trucks. This arty gonna rock it for you, rap it for you, rap it for you. Thank you to the workers, they the heroes on the trucks. On the train with a freight, with a passenger where they lay for that electricity. Yeah, we got this. Going for the farmers, cooks, with that butchers playing the room, making a pizza, making a sausage, making a hamburger, making a cheeseburger. Cooking up some fries and bacon, cooking up some good, cooking up some good, cooking up some good. Rock and roll rap for the farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, firefighters, public security workers, all involved in the production and distribution of food, city sanitation workers who pick up the garbage every week, 3 times a week, 1 time for the garbage, 1 time for the compost, 1 time for the recycling. For those workers, the Hydro-Quebec go, Hydro-Quebec go, Hydro-Quebec go. Thank you for the electricity, for the maintenance now. Meditation on the workers of Hydro-Quebec across this level province, having to go do east, west, north, south, maintenance going up above, of course, the security, of course, putting a little bit of risk because they have to go all the way with the electricity, you know. There's a lot of security involved, so thank you, thank you, thank you. Big dragon hugs. I wish I could have an open house. It's too small. My domain here, my room office and temple is too small. Cannot have open houses to offer hugs. First to the farmers. Hugs and kisses, tickles to the farmers first, because all of us gotta eat. And we got privilege of civilization, right? This bread that's from the farmer who harvested the grains, the wheat. As the motto of the dancing goddess army is that all the fruits, all the vegetables, all the legumes, all the grain, all the grain, all the grain come from the dance of the goddess, here Mother Nature, the greatest scientist and artist, with her brother the sun. By the dance, the sun my pope, the sister dances, and by that dance they make it, created all fruits, all vegetables, all legumes, the potatoes, the grapes, my favorite fruit, the bananas, the rutabagas, the wheat, the barley, all the grains, all the fruits, all the vegetables are made, created, and produced by that dance of the goddess with her brother sun. There are brothers and sisters, farmers, harvest for us to make up, grade, and maintain civilization, and by that we maintain and upgrade civilization, and we do all the things that we do in terms of art, in terms of loving. Hopefully some even athletes are multi-millionaire athletes, of course, in the NBA, National Basketball Association, NHL, National Hockey League, NFL, National Football League, MLB. Please, please, please triple the salaries of the cheerleaders, NFL, and give a lot to food security and women's sports leagues. Call it a heart for the patriarchal sports leagues. I'm going to say patriarchal since, of course, there's not even, let's face it, not even one women's sports leagues which makes even close financially, economically, commercially to what the aforementioned make in terms of economics, finance, and commerce. They make way, way more than all the women's sports leagues, not even in terms of close. There's not even one women's sports leagues which makes even close economically, financially, commercially to what the NFL, National Football League, NHL, National Hockey League, NBA, National Basketball Association, MLB make. So I'm making a call to the heart to please, please, please mass finance owners and players of the NFL, NHL, NBA, MLB together. Mass finance food security. Please, in the future, give some tickets to the farmers, truckers, butchers. Distribute, set up 10% to give to the farmers, butchers, bakers of tickets. Some good cause, you know, something good. I'm more than blah, blah, blah. 10% of the tickets to give it freely to farmers, butchers, bakers, and can be selected randomly by selection and by those who will. And of course, finance women's sports leagues. Calling all willing loving to support the implementation of my Trinity of theories, the CIT citizen integration theory, debt for fusion theory, and democratic fusion theory. That Trinity of theories to be implemented via LOVE, and that love in action to support the creation of the two complementary covenant and cooperative public-private partnership, because fundamentally as a pro-labor universal revolutionary centrist who's non-sectarian, non-dogmatic, we can work on principles, is a fundamental public-private partnership that I'm advocating across the North American civilizational complex for the creation of the International Citizen Integrated Social Security Force, aka the North American Dragon public-private partnership defense, strictly for solely for and only for defense, security and service. For security and service, they got to go together, and defense only for the North American civilizational realm, calling for the Musk NORAD Dragon Zero Summit, calling for the NORAD Musk Dragon Zero Summit, calling for the Musk NORAD Musk Dragon Zero Summit to discuss the implementation of my Trinity of theories and the public-private partnership to encourage citizens across the collective North American civilization to work out, to train, and to exercise. Working out, training, and exercising has been, is, and will continue to be my medicine and therapy of choice, as I am, of course, advocating for the public-private partnership as a pro-labor universal revolutionary centrist. Was not perfect, far from it, to play the self-righteous card. You don't need to throw dirt on me. I get dirty but get back clean. You don't need to throw dirt on me. I get dirty but I get back clean. You don't need to throw no dirt on me. I admit it. I get dirty but I get back clean. I admit it, I get dirty, you don't need to throw no dirt on me. I admit it, I get dirty, but I get back clean. You ain't need to throw no dirt on me. I admit it. Thank you, farmers, butchers, bakers, for the grateful, thankful for today. Wish I could afford a massage therapy session, but so I'm a fitness captain independent, but I'm grateful, thankful. Gonna substitute it this weekend with a bath, long bath for immersion, so I'm grateful, thankful for that. I'm able to take a bath, heat the hot water so I can take a bath to, of course, substitute for being able to pay what was the, I don't even know, I haven't, it's been more than 3 years that I'm craving a massage therapy session since COVID, and still celebrating surviving COVID. Probably gonna do a special tomorrow, Saturday, on the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom Sabbath, which the Sabbath, of course, commences Sunday. It ends Sunday, 7 p.m., 8 p.m., and begins tonight at midnight, Friday at midnight, so 11:59 and 59, so it turns into Saturday, so 12 at midnight Friday, basically it becomes Saturday, right? Past midnight, 1 second. So tonight at midnight, the Sabbath of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom commences, so maybe we're going to do a tomorrow, the 18th of February, yours truly, when have, of course, survived COVID. 3 years since having survived COVID. I was really sick and ill and diseased. The first time I had it 3 times, I'm triple vaccinated. I was very sick, ill, and diseased, and of course, it was like death, pestilence, and disease. It was like death, pestilence, and like pestilence, death, and disease. And in many ways, I did die during COVID. Nothing that I want to go back to pre-COVID personally, and I just want to move forward and support. Looking for LOV, for partnership, collaboration, cooperation, and participation to support my dream, the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom, which is fundamentally a public-private partnership calling all corporations, all institutions, all organizations, governments, citizens, all willingly loving citizens to ally and support LOV's Finance Commission XYZ. The implementation of my Trinity of theories, which I believe its time has come to implement it ASAP. The DRT first, the debt refusion theory, which of course is simply this: taking all private and public debt. My private debt as a private citizen is $10,000 to the RBC, taking all the Canadian debt, public and private. And since the United States dollar is still the international finance currency of choice, the global trade currency of choice, and the worldwide commercial currency of choice, the US dollar is converted into US dollars. The Mexican debt, public and private, and throughout North America first, and then beyond NATO member countries and BIS, Bank of International Settlements, to create what I call the UE. That's why I'm calling on all corporations involved in the POS, in the point of sale service, in the digital currency arena, the smartphone development and applications, to create a new financial institution, a North American global central bank, if you will, an international global central bank, North American central bank, to create the UE. The UE stands for the Universal Exchange Unit, preferably by biometrics. The hand, the voice are unique biometric identifiers, and of course, supported by a public-private partnership, calling on my astrological brother Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, and all institutions, organizations, public security forces, all throughout the North American complex, first and foremost. Institutions, businesses, small, medium, large, big corporations to support the creation. BlackRock's. Mr. Fing, Mr. Fing, Mr. Fing sport. Of course, to create and Wall Street to create what I call the UE. So take all private and public debt, and by all that debt, whatever the number is, the public and the private, that will be the initial supply of the UE. Of course, we'll peg to whatever it is at that point in time. Let's say today, tomorrow, or in the coming days, weeks, and months ahead, whatever the currency is. All the debt, public and private, created, converted it into US dollars, and create the UE Universal Exchange Unit pegged on the United States dollar. And freeze, of course, and put a maximum 10% on all loans, all business, commercial, student loans thereafter. After we have ground zero, implemented the global central bank of the aforementioned UE Universal Exchange Unit. That's why I'm calling him my astrological brother Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, and all institutions and organizations. Central Bank of Canada, Federal Reserve, Bank of Mexico, European Central Bank, and the Bank of International Settlements. That's what I'm calling, as I believe this theory can save the world, save the world, save the world, and of course, and to create it. And then we'll have 10% maximum loans, and in order to create two complementary covenant and cooperative institutions, the Dragon Army, officially the North American Dragon Army for defense, strictly for defense, security, and service, an international citizen integrated social security and service force, aka Dragon Army, in complementary parallel way with the international integrated dancing, aka Dancing Goddess Army, to be for pleasure and purpose, for environmental education and action, because action is required and it's parallel with education. It must be done, right? If we are to know what goes in the recycling, we got to do it, not put it in the recycling. And we make mistakes. I make mistakes every day, and I'm not perfect, far from it. So many things I don't know. I am mediocre, average. I admit I am mediocre and average at some things, while I'm great, super, and excellent at some other things, such as geopolitical analysis and theory. I'm super and excellent at that. As a fact is that back in 2019, as an independent geopolitical analyst and theorist and fitness captain, have of course created, made, and designed the General War Integrated Total Body Training System, aka the Dragon Army workout, to go hand in hand with a World War III scenario. You heard that correct. I got proof of work, hundreds of workout videos, of which of course I am proud to have created the most efficient, effective, and simple total body training workout training program system, which is called the General War Integrated Total Body Training System, aka the Dragon Army workout, and which is an efficient, simple, and effective workout training program which requires no equipment, and which is of course simple, and it increases general overall fitness. What my workout training program does, it increases general overall fitness. What my workout training program does, it increases general overall fitness. And of course, back in October 2019, in parallel to being an independent fitness captain, a world peace advocate, paradoxically providential in a parallel way, as a geopolitical analyst and theorist, back in October 2019, had concluded, based on several factors of analysis, such as the United States, US, China trade war, had concluded that we are on a path towards another international conflagration, and so made, created, and produced my workout training program system to go hand in hand with such a scenario, such an event, of which the aforementioned international conflagration, or aka a World War III scenario. So made and created and designed a workout training program to go hand in hand with such a scenario. And in October 2019, based on several factors, the US-China trade war, the arrest of Meng Wanzhou, aka Cathy Meng, chief financial officer of Huawei, the arrest by the RCMP in order to honor extradition treaty with the United States of America, and consequently the arrest of the two Michaels, Michael Spavor, Michael Covid, and her detainment, and the consequent detainment of the two Canadian nationals, Michael Spavor, Michael Kovrig, by China. And a few months ago, they were released in an unadmitted quid pro quo, quid pro quo exchange, and consequently the continuing Islamic State terror group units around the Middle East and around the world. And other historical events, such as the Pearl Harbor event, had concluded back in 2019 October. I said, sounded the alarm, had said humanity, we're again on the path towards another international conflagration, and so created, made, and produced my workout training program system to go hand in hand with such an event. So I believe firmly, encourage all the workout, train, exercise, and please increase in hygiene in public. As you see, I'm carrying my open carrying my disinfectant, hand sanitizer. This is disinfectant, disinfects, kill the microbes, germs, and bacteria, because when I step outside, I'm no longer just private citizen dragon, I'm also public citizen dragon. So coming from my private dimension, and I share a lot of myself with the private, put it in the public, and also the balance between the private and the public, and everything that I do under the dream manifesting as the dancing goddess in the dragon kingdom is a public and a private partnership. And of course a public and a private partnership calling for the creation of the two complementary covenant and cooperative institutions of the International Citizen Integrated Social Security and Service Force, aka the Dancing Goddess Army, with the Dragon Army to be for security, service, and defense solely. That I'm advocating for the creation via my Trinity of theories to be implemented. First and foremost, the DRT, debt refusion theory, taking all private and public debt, refusing it, creating what I call the UE, the Universal Exchange Unit, preferably by biometrics, and of course by the citizen integration theory in practice to encourage citizens to see and go with the Dragon Army and the Dancing Goddess Army to see, for example, how farming is done, trucking, how railways functions, how construction, everything of nature and civilization, to go in the universities, to go into schools, to go see, of course, how the dams operate here in Quebec, to see the functioning of the dams, the functioning of the dairy farmers, daycares, and of course to integrate and offer volunteer services. Of course, to be for service and security services with consent and hygiene, all services to be offered by the Dragon Army, public-private partnership, citizen integrated, or with consent and hygiene, all services to be offered by the Dragon Army. What can you do? What can I do? Is can do this, can do that, can do X, Y, Z out of 10. Cooking, cleaning, reading to children, writing, cleaning, writing, doing X, Y, Z activities, working out, training and exercising, hugging, massaging, kissing, with consent and hygiene, all services to be offered by the Dragon Army, such as offering those truckers, farmers, butchers, bakers a good hug, a good rub, X, Y, Z. So service and security and strictly defense. I'm calling and advocating for the creation of the two complementary covenant and cooperative institutions, public-private partnership institutions. So I'm calling on all willingly loving and all my astrological brother Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, Sheryl Sandberg, and all across the North American civilizational collective realm. As yours truly, independent artist, activist, and athlete, philosopher, geopolitical analyst, and theorist, the People's Doctor, who presented my thesis the beginning of 2023 and will continue in the coming days, weeks, and months to continue and discussing it. The privilege of civilization, and we have different interconnected, intersected privileges of civilization, and of course civilization still has required brains and muscle, and we're required some brains and some muscle for the maintenance, and hopefully the upgrading at the present moment in time is addressing socio-economic issues, of course trying to work towards peace and resolution of conflict, and of course towards environmental and mother nature, environmental regeneration, rebirth, and of course harmony between nature and civilization, the attainment of harmony between civilization and nature. The Dancing Goddess Army to play a part in that, a role in that, by environmental education and action on the field, on the ground, in all offices, skyscrapers, all east, west, north, south. Pledge your allegiance, legions, founding the Dancing Goddess in the Dragon Kingdom first and foremost with 718 trillions of kisses. Kisses got some hugs, some brains, and some muscle with that. The Dragon Army, we channel and sublimate the aggression with push-ups and hugs. At the Dragon Army, we will channel and sublimate the aggression with push-ups and hugs. At the Dragon Army, we will channel and sublimate the aggression with push-ups and hugs. With consent, consent, consent. Don't start hugging people in the streets without consent. Grateful, thankful for today. My rent's paid, electricity bill is paid fully. Paid my rent and electricity bill February 17. Got this bread and spread bacon, leftover bacon fat on the bread, so it's gonna nourish me. Grateful, thankful for today. Gonna get another cup of coffee. I'm gonna start listening, learning, connecting with my parallel self, where I'm a super scientist, where science, innovation, and technology is my chosen path. I'm gonna be listening to some more videos on science, and we're gonna rock and roll. I need another cup of coffee. And I'm gonna record it so I can listen to it, although my earphones not working that well. And at the moment in time cannot afford earphones. If you want to trade earphones for something, it's yours truly. No auctioning my 93% of my items which I own, like this hoodie, black hoodie, red, black socks, black jeans, and I have a lot of red. Red's my favorite color, so I'm also auctioning the hats. PayPal North America business only. North America shipping solely. PayPal business only at the moment. PayPal business only solely at the moment. North America shipping only. Looking for volunteers, willing, loving volunteers, supporters. Blah blah blah. Let's tango, rock and roller, some science, meditate, connect with my parallel self, where I design satellites, supercomputers, microchips, micro gadgets. Gonna plug it in, and of course, gonna do a meditation for an appreciation thank you offering to the workers of the Hydro Quebec, offering some free hugs, free tickles, free kisses. You can say no, but sing me some rock and roll for the Hydro. Yep, no problem. French, English, bilingual. We can rock and roll tango. Unplugged it, my laptop, and now it's the battery's charging, and it's clean, zero pollution, zero emission energy. And that's another privilege of civilization that we have, as we have highways, roads, public roads. Is all privilege of civilization, which we have and utilize at different points, interconnected in times. I want to celebrate, of course, to my black brothers and sisters. Black History Month. If I can do some justice and fight racism, is also not just by words and philosophy and theory, but to all my brothers and sisters are black. If I can offer kisses, offer hugs, tickles, you can say no to all of them. You can say just sing me some rock and roll or sing me some rap or do some dancing, and I'll be okay with that. But I'm offering kisses, hugs, some tickles. You can say no to the tickles. You can say no to the hugs. You can say no to the kisses, because that's what I got fundamentally first. Kisses credited from the Forgotten Goddess. I want to build a temple to the Forgotten Goddess right here on the Mount Royal, the headquarters of the Dancing Goddess in the Dragon Kingdom at the Belvedere Kondianak, somewhere close around about that view. The Forgotten Goddess Temple. It doesn't have to be big. That's what I want to build if I want to do something. Survive COVID and almost died during COVID. I want to build a temple for the Forgotten Goddess, the Forgotten Goddess Temple. So to my black brothers and sisters, Black History Month, I can offer kisses, hugs, tickles, and claim at will if you're in Montreal Metropolis, Hawk Island. Say, hey, heard you got some kisses, got some hugs, got some tickles. Heard it on YouTube, heard it XYZ. So, yep, no problem, will do. So I'm on the march on our to go. Not a problem. Not a problem. Because I was remembering a few years ago, and was in organizations, and for years just talk, blah, 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 blah. I said, Mr. Executive Director, you could at least offer some hugs to my beautiful black brothers and sisters of color. Says just blah blah blah. Open your arms, give them some hugs. I've been years just talking on a chair, and gotta do some loving, gotta do some action. Science. Science of love, learning the art and the science of love from a goddess. Trillions of kisses, 718 trillions of kisses that I'm laying the foundation of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom. Support Adrian Hanna Dragon's androgynous pansexual founder of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom's dream. I think my laundry is now done.
This page of Google. This is the first of the series of 3 videos how the cell phone network functions. Antennas could be like AT&T, Sprint, Verizon. 395,000 stations in the United States. In the United States.
This is electromagnetic radiation. You can't see it, but it's there.
sex.
More bread and bacon fat, more bread and bacon fat, more bread and bacon fat. Grateful, thankful for it.
To 4G.
Laundry day. Gotta go set up, put another load for when I come back. Laundry day. It's work, 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 man. I'll wash it. Second load when I come back after my march. smells so fresh now. Fresh. Doing some cleaning in my room office and temple, rearranging for the Sabbath. And some cleaning, rearranging for the Sabbath in my room office and temple.
Radio waves. So given that we are in the middle of
Taxes, taxes, taxes.
It's technically not sturdy enough that I